Good morning, Primerica family. It's always humbling to be asked to speak. I just wanted to start out by saying don't take this opportunity for granted. Think about our dynamic uplines, Bill and Leslie. Bill celebrated his 71st birthday 2 days ago. That's awesome, right? We all have hierarchies or building hierarchies. Don't take your people for granted. You know, they're blessed to be in your lives. Your clients, we had a client pass away yesterday. We think about the importance of what we do, having had that conversation, how that family's lives have been changed as a result of us having that conversation, right? Don't take that for granted. You all, we also have 4 awesome, amazing children who've grown up, who are truly Primerica kids, and I think of the mindset. Look, their exposure, I think about just from a travel perspective. They travel more in 1 year than I traveled in my entire adolescence, okay? But that's because of this dynamic company paying the price. I think about their mindset, you know, the things that they believe that they can do. No ceilings are placed on them. And then I look at our parents. You know, in order to know where you're going, you've got to know where you come from. And, you know, our parents and our ancestors paved a way for us that has given us an unbelievable opportunity to do something great. Because, my mom and my father-in-law were both part of integration in the state of Louisiana. My father-in-law integrated LSU basketball. My mother was the first African-American at an all-white elementary school and then became a principal. But I think about what they had to go through, right? And it challenges me, but it challenges me because I look at Primerica, and this room is the best of what this world has to offer, right? This dynamic company doesn't care who you are, where you come from, as long as you're willing to work, you have a good heart. You know, this company sees the inside of people, right? And so don't take Primerica for granted. This handsome man behind me, I definitely don't take for granted, saying I do 12 years ago, and our life has been unbelievable ever since. So please help me welcome my awesome husband and best friend, Collis Temple.
Great. Feel it. All right, so I actually had somebody ask me, I'm not even going to address Blake Whittle's comment yesterday, so we're going to move on from there. You all, I am excited about the opportunity. Didn't Britney do an amazing job, right? I'm excited about the opportunity anytime we get a chance to talk. And like the mass majority of the speakers that speak, I always like to teach. I kind of go in a slightly different direction, though. So if we're going to talk about, you know, I got a study a couple years ago. I don't even remember how I ran across this, but it's called The Road to Zero Wealth, okay? So if we can pull that up. The Road to Zero Wealth. How the racial wealth divide is hollowing out the middle class in the United States, right? And I think this speaks directly to what Primerica does. It speaks directly to what Primerica does. Now, when these guys, so if you go to the next slide, these are the authors of this study, okay? You see, obviously, a diverse group of guys, but they didn't even know that someone like Primerica existed. But I'm excited to share some of these statistics with you all, and then some of their findings, right? Even though that we found this stuff out 4 decades ago, but some of their findings, right? So median household wealth. Now take a look at this, you all, okay? With durable goods, right? Obviously, right? When we talk about the cars and the furniture and all of that, right? You see in African-American households, it's only $11,000 median household wealth, right? Latino, $14,000. White, $134,000. Okay? Now, guys, once again, I hope no one takes offense to what I'm talking about, because facts are facts, reality is reality, right? And so you have durable goods, right? And without durable goods, the number drops to $1,700 worth. $2,000 worth, $116,000 worth. Britney mentioned what people are exposed to, right? This speaks directly to what people are exposed to. Next slide, right? If we look at this slide, right, the ever-growing gap, Black, Latino, white households from 1983 to 2013, right? So you look at this, and you see 116, $1,700, $2,000, right? So you see what the gap looks like visually. Now you look at that, and anywhere else, and this is speaking not to North America as a whole, but to United States specifically, and then you look at the next slide. Okay? Now, $24 million earners from number 97 to number 120. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, to me, there is not any other slide, and this is during the pandemic, there is no other entity, no other company, no other group of people, no other anything that can show a group of people more diverse than what you see right here. Primerica practices every day. Primerica exists every day, showing, living what the United States proposed to be about. Does that make sense? I'm gonna be honest, guys, I study this stuff. I have not seen any other group of people that operate in a true meritocracy like the United States, like Primerica does. This is obviously in 2021. 2020 were 14, 15 new $1 million earners. 2021, you see 10. It's the same thing. You all, Britney talked about not taking this for granted. If we go to the next slide. You all, so look, after all of their research, now that whole document that those guys came up with was like 30 pages. And they talked about all these different areas. And then they said this, in order for us to correct this situation, this wealth gap, this is what we have figured out what has to happen. Kathy, this is what they said after all of their research, right? First thing, we got to improve access. We got to give more people access to this information. More people need access. After all of our research, we got to find a way to help increase people's incomes. Now, they still don't know that Primerica exists. We have to encourage people saving money. We have to enable wealth creation. Now, after we do these 4 solid things, right, we got to protect their household wealth to kind of undergird everything going on. Guys, listen, I promise you, I've read through this whole study. At the end, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking around like, am I getting punked right now? Like, literally, I'm telling you all, guys, these guys did a whole study, and this is what they came up with. And then overarching all of this, to invest in low-wealth households. Now, you do understand low-wealth households has nothing to do with low-income households. It has a little bit to do with it, but you can have folks that are solidly in middle America that are still in a low-wealth household. Guys, like, this is exactly what we do. So, last slide, when I think about why I am so excited, why I'm so thankful, right, to be in Primerica, guys, we may have different political beliefs. We may have different beliefs in terms of some of the things that exist socially. But in this room, there is a level of respect because we know that we're the best of the best at what we do. And we know what we've done to earn the right to be in this room amongst the best of the best. And at the end of the day, we all want the best for our families. We all want the best for the folks on our team. We all want the best for the people in our community. And we're all united in that thought. Does that make sense? So guys, we do what we do, everything they talked about needed to be done, we do it 100% of the time. We focus on serving everyone, which includes the historically underserved. Y'all, we are a company that is built a foundation on correcting an injustice, guys. That's our DNA. That's our DNA, correcting an injustice. And so when you think about the fact that the only limits we have are the ones that we place on ourselves, And when we think about the fact that, when we really think about it, you all, when you go back to that other slide, Primerica truly is the answer to solving the challenges that are facing North America today. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not just talking about the financial challenges. I'm talking about all of the challenges. We have the answer. We are the answer. Let's go be that. Appreciate it. Thank you all.